All men should watch this video. A strategy even more powerful than no contact. Make them obsessed. Modern Stoic. What if I told you there's a strategy so powerful, so psychologically effective, that it makes the no contact rule look insignificant? No contact still leaves a glimmer of hope, a small chance that they'll come back. But this strategy? It ensures that they regret ever leaving you. Not because you vanished, but because you transformed into someone so strong, so unshakable, that they can't help but question their choices. This isn't about playing mind games. It's not about sitting around waiting for them to reach out, hanging on to the past. It's about taking control of yourself, your life, your destiny, until they realize what they lost. And by that time, you won't care anymore. This is the story of a man who, just like you, was broken by heartbreak. He thought no contact would do the trick, until he discovered something far more potent. By the end of this video, you'll have a tool so powerful that when they look back, it won't just be missing you, it'll be regretting walking away from you. If you're ready to move from pain to power, to stop being a victim and start being a victor, then hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below, "I control my destiny." Now, let's dive in. The most beautiful revenge is massive success. Frank Sinatra. 1. The Fool. Listen carefully, because this is crucial. No man should ever have to endure the devastating feeling of being broken by love. It comes out of nowhere, blindsides you, and hits you harder than you could ever imagine. One moment, she's your everything. The late-night conversations that made you feel like you were soulmates, the shared laughter, the deep, real talks that made you believe you were invincible together. And then, without warning, she's gone. No explanations, no heartfelt goodbyes, just a cold, emotionless departure that cuts deeper than any betrayal. That final text, empty, distant, feels like a blade through your chest, and you can't seem to understand why. You read it over and over again, desperately searching for some kind of logic, some hint of reason, but there's nothing. It never makes sense. The days after she's gone drag on, and every corner of your world feels empty. Every song you hear is a cruel reminder of her presence. The bed feels too big, and your phone too quiet. You still hear her laugh in your mind. You still see the way she used to look at you, as if you were the only one who mattered. But now she looks at you like a stranger, someone she's forgotten in the blink of an eye. That's the part that stings the most, how easily she moved on. How swiftly she erased you from her life. You were nothing more than a fleeting phase, a name she'll forget in a matter of months. And yet, no matter how hard you try, you can't do the same. Your mind is a battlefield, torn between rage and heartbreak, between wanting to hate her and wanting her back. You replay every conversation, every moment, searching for the mistake, the one thing you did wrong. Did you give too much? Did you not give enough? You torment yourself with questions that have no answers, losing sleep over a past that can never be rewritten. Here's where the advice starts coming in. Go no contact, they say. Disappear, make her miss you. And so, you do. You delete her number. You stop checking her social media. You force yourself to resist the urge to reach out. Every time you're about to text her, to call her, you stop yourself, convincing yourself that you're being strong, that this is the way to make her realize the mistake she's made. But let me be clear, you're still a prisoner. No matter how many days pass without talking to her, she's still in your head. You check your phone constantly, hoping for a message that will never come. You scroll through old photos, wondering if she ever really cared. You tell yourself that you're moving on, but deep down, you're just waiting for the day she'll wake up, regret her decision and come running back to you. But that day never comes. And here's the truth that most won't admit to you. No contact isn't enough. It's a temporary fix, a weak bandage over an open wound, because as long as your happiness depends on her coming back, as long as you're looking for her validation to feel whole again, you remain weak. And here's the cold, hard reality. Weakness is never attractive. She didn't respect you when you were broken, and she certainly won't respect you for sitting around, pining for a reunion that isn't coming. You're playing a game you've already lost because she's already moved on. The true answer, the real solution, is not just to disappear, but to transform yourself into something stronger, something unbreakable. That's the blessing of Stoicism. Be like the modern Stoic. Instead of letting your happiness be controlled by someone else, you must learn to control yourself. You must find peace within, learn to be content alone, and develop a strength that doesn't depend on anyone else. The old Stoic understood that. The modern Stoic thrives on it. You don't need her to feel complete. You must be complete on your own. The strength you seek is already within you. You just need to tap into it. So, stop waiting for her. Stop letting your life be dictated by the whims of someone who's already forgotten you. Embrace the strength of the modern Stoic. Let go of the need for validation. Start respecting yourself enough to realize that you are enough and that nothing, not her, not anyone, can take that away. When you stop looking to her to heal you, when you stop clinging to the hope that she'll come back, that's when you will begin to heal. And that's when you'll become the man who never needs to be rescued again. Number 2, the truth about no contact. We've all heard it before, haven't we? The universal advice for a man who's been dumped, ghosted, or left behind. Just do no contact. It's the strategy that everyone swears by. You cut them off, you disappear, you go silent. Then you wait. It sounds like a plan, doesn't it? A silent war, a battle of patience. The idea is that eventually she'll realise what she lost. She'll check her phone, see you're gone, and bam, the regret floods in. She'll start wondering about you. She'll miss you. She'll stalk your social media. And just like that, she'll realise she made a huge mistake, and she'll come crawling back. But here's the brutal truth. It's not enough. And honestly, it never really was. No contact can work, but there's a catch that no one really talks about. You see, no contact is only effective if you're genuinely moving on. Most men, however, don't understand this. They use it as a tactic, a strategy to make her miss them. What they don't realise is that they're not healing. They're just waiting, hoping, wishing. But waiting is a weakness. Think about it. Every day you're holding your breath for that text, that phone call, that one magical moment when she realises she made a mistake. As long as you're waiting for her return, she still holds the cards. That's right, she still owns you, even in silence. And this is where things get tricky. Women aren't fooled. They can sense when a man is still emotionally tied to them, even if he's acting like he's moved on. They know when you're just pretending to be strong. They know when you're faking it. You might think you're playing it cool, but she can feel it in her gut. And she's not the only one. Deep down, you know you're still waiting for that moment of validation. No contact without transformation is useless. This is where Stoicism comes into play. The Stoic life teaches us something crucial. True strength isn't about pretending you've moved on. It's about actually moving on. It's about detaching emotionally and finding peace within yourself. Without waiting for someone else to validate you, you must learn to live for yourself, without being a slave to external circumstances. And you must remember, this is not just a tactical move. This is a transformation of who you are as a man. Now, if you're still holding on to hope during no contact, waiting for her to realise she made a mistake, you're not detached. You're still emotionally invested. She'll know that. And here's the kicker. She won't miss you. She may check in a few weeks later, just to see if you're still hanging on. Maybe she'll even throw you a little breadcrumb, something to see if you're still there. And when you respond too eagerly, too quickly, you're showing your cards. You expose your weakness. And in that moment, she realises something. She was right to leave. She moves on, for real. You were just a passing game, a little validation she already conquered. She feels stronger, more confident in her decision. And you? You're back to square one. But there's hope. You can change. You don't have to be a man who's waiting. Instead, you can be a man who lives a life of purpose, guided by Stoic lessons and the understanding that your peace doesn't come from someone else. It comes from within. no longer waiting for someone to make you feel whole, but learning to live life on your terms. Be the man who understands that no external validation, no matter how tempting, is worth sacrificing your inner peace for. Be stoic. Be free. What's the takeaway here? You must do more than just go dark. You need to transform, to embrace a stoic mindset. A man who follows Stoicism doesn't wait for the world to come back to him. He doesn't sit in silence, hoping for the past to resurface. He moves forward, with his head held high, living according to his own values and principles. The mistake most men make is assuming that no contact is a magical solution. It's not. It's just the beginning of a process. You must let go. You must embrace the Stoic philosophy of detachment, not as a tactic, but as a way of life. You are not just waiting, you are evolving. So stop waiting. Stop hoping. Be the man who is unaffected by the past, the man who moves forward regardless of what comes or goes. That is the power of Stoicism, the power to live fully, independently, and without attachment to fleeting emotions or external outcomes. When you master this, you'll be the man others envy, not because of the attention you get, but because of the strength you have within. If you're tired of playing games and want to break free from the cycle of waiting and hoping, here's the truth. No contact isn't enough. Real transformation is. It's time to take control of your own power and stop letting her dictate your emotions. Drop a comment right now. I am the man who owns my power. Like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom, and remind yourself daily, strength lies in transformation, not in waiting. Number 3, the power of indifference beyond no contact. Listen up, because this is the key to mastering your life and relationships. The power of indifference is far more potent than any no-contact strategy. Let's be real here. Most men think that no contact is the magic bullet. She walks away, you disappear, you block her on social media, and count down the days until she comes crawling back. But here's the truth. That's not strength. It's a mask for insecurity. If you're still obsessing over her Instagram, wondering when she'll text, or replaying the breakup in your mind, you haven't moved on. You're fooling yourself. Women can sense this. Your silence, rooted in anger, pain, or hope, reeks of weakness. It's not real power. Indifference, on the other hand, is power. It is the Stoic mindset in action. The Stoic principles of self-mastery, where you learn to control only what you can. Your mind, your actions, your emotions are your foundation. And true indifference, that's about moving on. It's about shifting your energy inward, no longer chasing her or clinging to the past. You make her irrelevant. She no longer affects you. And that, my friend, is the ultimate power. When you're obsessed, even through silence, you're still giving your energy to her. That energy feeds the dynamic between you. But when you practice indifference, when your energy returns to yourself, to your goals, your growth, your life, that's when the shift happens. And let me tell you something. Women feel that void. It's not just distance, it's an absence of energy, and that drives attraction more than any tactic you could ever use. Now, understand this. You cannot fake indifference. If you're still secretly hoping she'll reach out, counting the days, or posting things to get her attention, you're not indifferent. You're still trapped. Indifference isn't about showing her something. It's about what you feel deep inside. It's about looking in the mirror and knowing, if she never comes back, I'll be just fine. That's freedom. That's masculine power. And here's how you build it. Start by shifting your focus entirely. Stop obsessing over her world, her timeline. Stop wondering what she's doing or if she's thinking about you. Invest in yourself. Prioritize your growth, your body, your mindset, your purpose, your business, your brotherhood. Make your life so full and so rich that you truly don't care about her anymore. When that happens, when your focus is solely on becoming the best version of yourself, you become a force to be reckoned with. Women are not obsessed with men who chase them. They're obsessed with men they can't affect. And when you reach the level of true indifference, you become untouchable. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. That's exactly what indifference is. Owning your mind, letting go of what you can't control, and moving forward with strength, purpose, and confidence. Ask yourself this: are you using no contact as a mere tactic, or are you truly embracing indifference? One is just surface level, the other is transformative. If you're ready to make that shift, commit to it. It's time to choose indifference and take control of your life. And stay sharp, because in the next part of this journey, we'll show you how to turn that indifference into silent power, the kind that will make her come back, without you lifting a finger. Get ready to master your life. Number 4, the dark side of attraction. Why they always come back. Let me break it down for you in a way that'll shift your perspective, one you'll never forget. Here's the truth that most men don't get until it's too late. Attraction isn't just about love, chemistry, or respect. Sometimes it's all about control. That's the dark side, and when you realize this, everything changes. Now let's dig into it. Picture this. She pulls away or ends things, and what's really happening behind the scenes? She feels in control. She thinks, I have the power. I've got him chasing me now. So what do most guys do? They fall apart. They text, beg, try to win her back. And what's the result? They've just fed into her belief that she's still in control. You're proving her right, reinforcing the choice she made. But here's where you need to wake up. When you refuse to react, when you build yourself up into a better version of yourself, the entire dynamic shifts. No longer are you a slave to her emotional whims. You stop chasing, you stop proving anything. You become indifferent. And that's when the dark side of attraction kicks in. You stop being under her thumb. Human nature, in its essence, hates losing control. It resents the idea that someone is moving on without them, especially when that someone is thriving. And for her, it's even more potent. She watches the man she once had complete control over, emotionally, mentally, level up. You glow, you rise, and that stirs something deep inside her, a primal need to reclaim control, to understand why she no longer affects you, and to feel that power again. So, months later, maybe after no contact at all, she comes back. And why? Not because she misses you in the purest sense, but because she's subconsciously driven to regain that influence, to reassert control over the man who's no longer under her spell. Schopenhauer once wrote about the human will, the relentless desire to possess, to dominate, to never feel weaker than anyone else. And right here, right now, you're living proof of that. When she sees you stronger, more confident, and unbothered by her absence, it triggers her ego. She begins questioning herself. Did I make a mistake? Why isn't he devastated? What's this new version of him? This is where most men go wrong. When she comes back, they react emotionally. They chase. They fall back into the same old patterns. And that's when the cycle repeats. She gets her power back, and the interest fades again. But if you stand firm, remain indifferent, and stay focused on building your life, you shift the entire power dynamic. Now she's the one chasing. Not because you forced her to, but because you've evolved. Marcus Aurelius, a modern Stoic, once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." The best revenge here. It's becoming a man she can no longer control. When you live this truth, not as a strategy but as part of who you are, you'll notice something remarkable. They'll always come back. Not every time, not all of them, but often enough that it becomes no surprise. Power shifts, and when it shifts, it's felt. This, my friend, is the blessing of Stoicism, the ability to remain grounded, unaffected by the world's chaos. And the old Stoic wisdom? It says that the real measure of strength is not in bending to the whims of others, but in becoming the master of your own life. When you embody this, that's when you'll see the results. If this insight resonates with you, comment below and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember. The best revenge is to be the man she can no longer control. Number 5. The Stoic transformation. Turning pain into power. Listen up, gentlemen. Pain is a given. Rejection, heartbreak, loss. These things will come knocking at your door whether you like it or not. You can't avoid them, you can't outsmart them, and no amount of no contact will save you from the inevitable. But here's the critical point. What you do with that pain defines who you are. This is where men separate themselves from boys. This is where the Stoic transformation takes place. Many guys run from pain. They numb it with distractions, mindless scrolling, partying until they're numb, seeking external validation like a thirsty animal. But all this does is trap you in your weakness. It locks you in the past, stuck in the same pattern, unable to move forward. And here's the truth. The only way out is through. The Stoic man, the true warrior, does not run. He faces his pain head-on, stares it in the eye, and uses it to rise. He turns his suffering into strength. This isn't some theoretical mumbo-jumbo. This is real life, the Stoic life. Remember what Schopenhauer taught? Pain isn't some random punishment. It's a signal, a call to higher development. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, put it plainly. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Translation. That pain you feel, that heartache, that rejection, that crushing emptiness, it's not your enemy. It's the fuel for your transformation. It can break you or it can build you. The choice is yours. So let's get down to the business of turning pain into power. Here's how you do it. Step 1. Own it. Stop lying to yourself. Don't hide from it or suppress it. Don't tell yourself you're fine when you're not. Feel it, sit with it. Let that pain burn inside you, not as a weakness, but as the fire that will forge you into something greater. The Stoic life isn't about avoiding discomfort. It's about embracing it. Every bruise, every tear, every sleepless night is a part of the process. Let it shape you. Step 2. Channel it. Pain is energy, and you can choose where that energy goes. Most men will waste it on temporary pleasures that don't fix the root problem. But you're not most men. You're a Stoic. Take that pain and channel it into something that will build you. Hit the gym harder than you ever have before. Push yourself in your career, master new skills, and pour everything you have into creating a life that makes you proud. Build a version of yourself so strong that the man you were before this pain will be unrecognizable. That's what Stoicism teaches us. Use your struggles as a tool to craft the man you want to be. Step 3. Detach from the outcome. This is crucial. Stop focusing on getting something out of your pain. Not, I'll do this to get her back, but I do this for me. This mindset is liberating. When you shift your focus from chasing something or someone to chasing your own excellence, everything changes. Your posture straightens. Your energy shifts. Your very presence commands respect. And here's the kicker. Women, yes, even her, will notice. But here's the thing. By the time she notices, you won't care anymore. Because the man you've become doesn't need her approval. You have become powerful. And that power pulls people in, not because you chased it, but because you embody it. This is what the Stoic transformation is all about. It's about using the painful moments of life to become the strongest version of yourself. And yes, it's hard. Yes, it's brutal at times. Yes, there will be days when you want to quit. But let me tell you this. This will be the most life-altering process you'll ever undergo. Because once you've learned to build power from your pain, you become unstoppable. Picture this. Future breakups won't break you. Rejection will barely faze you. When challenges come, you'll meet them head-on, knowing you've walked this path before and come out stronger. You'll become unshakable. So ask yourself right now, are you numbing your pain or are you using it? Because right now, at this very moment, you have an opportunity. This is your test. If you're ready to stop running, to face your pain, to use it to forge the strongest version of yourself, say it out loud. I turn pain into power. Make that commitment. Stick with it. And stay locked in, because what comes next will show you how to turn that transformation into a force that the world and any woman cannot ignore. This is where silent power begins. Don't miss it. The Stoic transformation isn't just about surviving the tough times. It's about rising above them. It's about turning your pain into power, your struggles into Stoic lessons, and your setbacks into stepping stones. This is how a true Stoic lives, and you, my friend, are about to live it. Number 6, silent domination. Winning without words. Let's be clear. The most powerful men don't need to say much. You can talk endlessly about alpha energy, high-value men, and all the buzzwords. But the truth is this: real power is communicated through presence, not words. That's silent domination. This is what changes the game, especially after hardship, heartbreak, or a rough patch in life. Most men make the mistake of trying to prove they've moved on, posting happy pictures on social media, subtly flaunting how great they're doing, hoping to be seen by their ex. That's noise. It's transparent. It screams, "I'm trying too hard." And women see right through it. They know when a man is putting on a show, seeking validation. Silent domination is the opposite. It's when you stop trying to prove anything, stop broadcasting, stop performing. You simply live, you lead, and you build without seeking anyone's approval. This energy, it's undeniable. You stop talking about what you've done. You stop showing what you've become. You embody quiet power. Your presence does all the talking. It's when your posture, your calm, your confidence speak for you. When you see her again, you don't flinch, you don't chase, you don't over-explain. That's power. When she hears about you through the grapevine, leveling up, grounded, focused, without you uttering a single word, that's power. What's the effect? It drives curiosity. It triggers attraction. Now, she's left wondering, what changed? Why doesn't he care anymore? Who is he becoming? And curiosity, my friend, is the seed of obsession. That's how you flip the dynamic and regain control. You stop chasing, and now you attract. But here's the catch. You cannot fake this. It's not a show. It doesn't work unless you truly feel indifferent inside. Your growth, your progress, your transformation, it must be for you, not for her reaction. It's for your path. Schopenhauer once said, "The will is no longer seeking possession. You're not chasing her back. You're simply becoming greater for yourself." That's the magic. A man who has truly moved on, not out of bitterness, not to spite anyone, but out of self-mastery, becomes magnetic. Women notice. And not just her. Everyone notices. Because now you're not chasing, you're attracting. You're mastering life. You're a living example of Stoic principles. And that's how silent domination works. Marcus Aurelius, a man who understood the true power of Stoicism, wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. The best revenge in this case is not posts, not flexes, not words. It's silent progress. It's becoming the man no one, not even her, can ignore." When you truly own that, you stop caring if she comes back. You're no longer playing the game to win her. You're winning life. That's silent domination. So how do you start living this way? First, stop performing. Stop posting for her. Stop flexing for her. Stop trying to prove anything to anyone. Focus relentlessly on self-mastery, mind, body, mission. That's the foundation. Second, embrace stillness. You don't need to fill every silence with words. You don't have to respond to every message. You don't have to engage in every conversation. The man who can sit in stillness, grounded in his power, that's the man who holds real influence. Once you begin to live this way, you'll notice something profound. People will lean in. Women will notice. The game will shift, all without you saying a word, without effort. The energy you put out will command respect. Because you're no longer chasing validation, you're living your truth. That's silent domination. If you're ready to stop proving and start being, make a decision. Stop talking. Stop trying to impress. Start mastering yourself. Become the man who walks into the room and immediately commands attention without a single word. And remember this: Success in life isn't about loud declarations or flashy gestures. It's about quiet mastery. The true power of Stoicism is in silent domination. Embrace this. You're becoming the man no one can ignore. Let's go. It's your time. If you're ready to stop chasing validation and let your presence do the talking, comment below. I win in silence. This is your first step toward mastering silent domination and stepping into true power. Let's keep pushing forward. Number 7. The social shift. Creating an aura of mystery. Here's the truth that very few men grasp. Attraction isn't solely about what you say or do. It's about how you're perceived, especially when you're not even around. You want to know how to create an aura of mystery? You need to learn how to make her and everyone else think about you long after you've left the room. Most men, after a breakup, make the same mistake. They either disappear entirely, trying to hide their pain, or they overcompensate, posting everything, showing off, forcing a "look how great I'm doing" narrative. Both of these approaches scream one thing: I'm still reacting. And trust me, women can sense that a mile away. But the man who does it differently, the one who quietly creates a shift in his social world, he wins the long game. Here's the secret. It's not about big announcements or grand gestures. It's about subtly changing the story around you without making it obvious. You start by showing up in better circles. You invest in yourself, your body, your mind, your craft, so that your growth becomes undeniable. You begin to upgrade your lifestyle, not to flex, but because it reflects who you are now. And most importantly, you start becoming less accessible socially. You're not always where she expects you to be. You're not constantly online. You're not at the same places, doing the same old things. You become unpredictable. And that's when curiosity sparks. When people can't predict your next move, they can't help but think about you. And women, especially, are wired to be drawn to this. Predictable equals boring. Mysterious equals magnetic. Schopenhauer, one of the old Stoics, once said that the power of withholding expectation is incredible. When the outcome is uncertain, desire grows. That's exactly what this social shift does. It makes you mysterious and leaves them wanting more. But here's the twist. This isn't about acting or posting cryptic messages on social media. It's not about pretending to be busy or trying to look like you're doing something. It's about genuine, lasting growth. Growth that naturally changes your social presence. Instead of being stuck in her orbit, you expand yours, meeting new people, exploring new opportunities, and embracing new events. When word about your transformation gets back to her, and it always will, it hits harder than any text message ever could. She starts wondering, why is he moving up? Why is he so hard to reach? Why is he different now? And that's when the mind starts to spin. The aura of mystery becomes powerful because it's authentic, it can't be faked. You've got to live it. But here's the key. You're not doing this to win her back. You're doing this to win yourself back. You're not performing for anyone else. You're making yourself the priority. And once you do that, others will take notice. Not because you're shouting about it, but because the shift in your life will speak volumes for itself. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the most profound modern Stoics, once said, "Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved, and the raging of the sea falls still around it. That's what you become, solid, calm, and mysteriously magnetic. So if you're ready to stop being predictable, to stop trying to prove you're fine, and instead create real curiosity, then take action now. Comment below. I create mystery, own it. Stay sharp. What we'll cover next is how to handle the moment when she finally reaches out so you don't lose everything you've built. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. The ultimate test, when she reaches out. All right, let's dive into one of the most crucial moments every guy secretly dreams of. It's the moment when she finally reaches out. Maybe it's a text, a "Hey, how have you been?" Maybe it's just a random story reaction or even a late-night call. Whatever form it takes, it's a powerful trigger. Suddenly, all the feelings, memories, and old attachments come rushing back. You feel it, right? The emotional surge is almost too much to handle. And here's the cold truth. This is the ultimate test. But it's not the test for her, it's your test. This is the moment where everything you've worked for, the stoic growth, the mystery, the emotional indifference, gets put to the test. And here's the thing. Most men fail this test. They forget all the stoic lessons they've learned. And in a heartbeat, they react. They scramble to respond. They want to prove how much they've changed, hoping that if they show how much they've grown, they can win her back. And just like that, they lose everything. Why? Because in that moment of emotional reaction, you give up the power. You show her that underneath it all, you are still waiting. That kills the dynamic. You've just shifted the balance back to her, and you've lost control. But here's the secret. If you handle this moment correctly, everything flips. You become even more attractive. You become more powerful. The frame shifts entirely in your favor. So, let me give you the key to passing this test. And let me warn you, it's not about playing it cool or pretending you're unaffected. It's about something much deeper. Pause. Don't react. When that message lands, take a deep breath. Don't respond right away. Don't let that surge of emotion dictate your actions. Don't race to reply. This isn't a game of who responds first. You're not playing a role of indifference. You're genuinely centered. You no longer need her validation. Your emotional state isn't tied to her response. You've grown beyond that. What you do next is crucial. Assess the energy. Why is she reaching out? Is it curiosity, boredom, a fleeting ego boost, or is it genuine interest? Has she grown or learned something about herself? Not every message deserves a response. You are now a man of standards. You don't need to react to every ping, everything from your phone. Your life, your time, your energy are valuable, and you don't waste them on people who aren't worth it. If you decide to respond, do it with precision. Keep it grounded, calm, and measured. Don't let your emotions take over. There's no need for long, emotional exchanges. No good to hear from you, or I've missed you. Don't rehash the past. No, can we try again? Or what went wrong? Those are words of desperation. You are now a new version of yourself, and that's the energy you bring. Let her do the work. If she's genuinely interested, she will show it. She'll follow up. She'll escalate. She'll make her intentions clear. And if she doesn't, well, then you've got your answer. Move on. There's no chasing. There's no over-investing. Stay grounded. This is the ultimate test, the test of your stoic growth. Don't let your emotions control you. Stay grounded in who you've become. This is where the stoic life pays off. Remember the stoic lessons. You are not attached to the outcome. If she fits into your life now, great. If not, keep moving forward. The new you is indifferent to what happens with her. You live by standards, and those standards make you magnetic. When she sees that her message didn't shake you, when she senses that you're still centered and grounded, when she realizes that you're no longer chasing her or reacting to her whims, that's when true attraction is built. That's when obsession starts to grow. But only if you pass this test. Only if you stay firm, calm, and detached. So, don't fail this test. You've worked too hard on yourself to lose it all in a moment of weakness. Be the stoic man who no longer reacts. Be the man who remains grounded no matter what. That's how you attract the kind of woman who truly deserves to be a part of your life. All right, my friend, if you're still watching, you've already done what most men never will. You've stepped off the old path and onto a new one. One where you no longer chase, you lead. Where your life is built on strength, not reaction. But let me remind you, this is just the beginning. Living this way, becoming a man of unshakable presence, takes consistent work. It's not a one-time thing. And that's why we're here. We're in this together, sharpening ourselves every day. So if you're committed to staying on this path and pushing yourself further, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You don't want to miss out on the wisdom and mindset that can help you keep growing. And if you're ready for something deeper, something that brings you closer to a brotherhood of men walking the same path, join the Stoic Brotherhood today. Is where real transformation happens. Thank you for being here. Stay sharp, stay grounded, and I'll see you tomorrow.